been my favorite holiday. It's always been really, really hard. She decided she wanted something to drink, and we were only a couple blocks away, so we didn't really think anything of it. So she said she'd be right back. Never saw her again.
She had been stabbed several times in the chest, and her throat had been slashed. Her hands were tied behind her back.
You never give up. It's time. If somebody knows something, they've gotta come forward.
Shannon Marie Olsen, aka Shannon Earl, was born to Jacqueline Earl. She had dropped out of Southeast High School. On October 31st, 1987, 15-year-old Shannon disappeared from Southeast Wichita area. She was last seen when visiting a girlfriend's home in Southeast Wichita at about 11 p.m. She told her friends that she was going out to buy some liquor, but she left the house without her purse. The next day, Shannon's new body was found floating face down in a sand pit in an area zoned to be an industrial park, near the corner of 33rd Street and Hillside. Shannon's throat had been slit and she had been stabbed over 40 times. Her carotid artery and trachea had been severed by the frenzied attack. Her hands were bound behind her back by her own bra. No weapon was found at the sand pit, and some of her clothes were missing from the scene. Several vehicles had driven over the murder scene before detectives could inspect the ground for tire tracks. It was presumed Shannon's body had been dumped there, having been abducted from a secondary location. Shannon had lived only 2 blocks from the BTK killer victim, Shirley Vian. Despite this, when the BTK killer was caught, he claimed that Shannon wasn't one of his victims. Shannon's case remains unsolved. At the time of her murder, Shannon was 5 feet 6 inches tall, about 135 pounds, with brown hair and brown eyes. She had a pentagram tattooed on the outside of her right ankle. She was wearing 2 gold rings, a friendship ring with clasping hands on her left ring finger, and another gold ring on her right little finger. She was wearing a silver chain link bracelet on her right wrist and silver dangling earrings with little stars at the ends of silver strands.